Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of my Minecraft survival map. And just before I get started on what I'm going to do today, I just want to show you my strip mine. Now, as you can see, it's coming along very, very nicely indeed. You know, when I first started this in the last episode, it was only one or two lines long, and now it extends quite a long way, and I've actually stumbled across something quite useful here. There's a massive amount of lava, and that's going to be really useful for the project I'm going to do today. Now, I am going to make the rest of my lighthouse today, and it's going to be a little bit of a pain, sorry, because it's going to need quite a lot of glass, and I don't really have too much glass left. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're just going to crack on regardless, see how it goes, and hopefully we will have some pretty awesome looking lighthouse by the end of it. So anyway, just while we're on the way to there, a few things I'd like to talk about, and the first one is Christmas. It is December the 4th when I'm recording this at about 7:30 in the morning, and I'm beginning slowly to feel a little bit Christmassy. See, even Minecraft's feeling Christmassy. It's raining and it's miserable, so even Minecraft's Christmassy. You know, I'm really looking forward to Christmas this year. I didn't really have a particularly fantastic Christmas last year, you know, it wasn't really what I was looking for, but hopefully this year will be the best, because you know, last year I didn't really get into the Christmas vibe, because you know, I was working quite hard, and then I went home at about the 20th of December, and that was the first time I'd really seen a Christmas tree or, you know, anything. It just was like, oh crap, it's Christmas, yeah. Suddenly realise, and you know, this time I've been making sure I listen to loads of Christmas songs nice and early on, you know, December the 1st, but I'm quite a big believer in not really talking about Christmas until December, because it really, really annoys me when on like the 1st of November the stores put Christmas adverts up, and you know, on TV there's Christmas this and Christmas that. It's really, really annoying to me. But come December the 1st, you can put on your reindeer themed jumper. It doesn't it doesn't matter at all. You know, the same month you can do whatever you want. So now I'm really looking into the Christmas mood. I got a playlist of about 10 or 15 of the best Christmas songs, you know, like Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Ray, and Slade's I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and all those, you know, all the classic ones, and I've just been listening to them on loop pretty much over the last couple of days, and it's been fun, you know, it's been fun. So hopefully you're feeling Christmassy as well, you know. If you want to leave a comment, you know, just saying whether you're feeling Christmassy and what bit are you looking forward to most, you know, whatever you want to leave, just yeah, go for that, and it'd be interesting to see what you put. Right then, there is one more thing I'm going to ask you to do, and that is put what weapons you want me to do a subscriber request with. Now, I think I've already had one, which is a Spas 12, but you know, I want quite a range of weapons, so I can in one night set 3 or 4 classes up and just give them all a big go at the same time. So if there's any specific weapon you are interested in me posting a gameplay with, please just put it in the comments, and I'll be happy to do that, you know. Unfortunately, once again, I did get knocked back a couple of levels today when I went on, and that sucked, but you know what you're going to do. I plugged away and I unlocked the Mark 46 again, because if you remember from my commentary, that's the weapon I said was the best SMG, and best LMG, sorry, and that's something I still stand by. You know, I really, really enjoy using that weapon. It's powerful. It's just inaccurate enough to be useful, and I know that sounds quite a strange thing, but the inaccuracy of it and the recoil helps really to pull the shot into the guy's head and chest, and it's a really weapon I would recommend, you know. But I'm not going to try and talk about Modern Warfare 3 too much, you know. I do that in my Modern Warfare 3 commentaries. Today is just going to be as irreverent and as random as I can make it, and I can talk about whatever springs to mind. First and foremost, actually, I would just like to talk a little bit about football. Now, if this goes massively over the head of any of you guys in America or Canada, Australia, you know, anywhere, that's fine. But this is something I want to talk about because, you know, I think a few of you know by now if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, I'll put the link in the description. It's in every video I upload. I'm a pretty huge Aston Villa fan, and I watched us play Manchester United today, and bearing in mind I live in a house with 2 Manchester United fans, and I have to say that is the worst I have ever seen us play at home yesterday. We just had no desire, no passion. We looked like as soon as we stepped onto the field, we just accepted our defeat, and we were just looking for the final whistle to move on to Bolton next week. And I despise that, because if we'd gone out today and given it a right old go and been beaten 4-0, I could have understood that, because United are a fantastic side. Don't get me wrong, they're probably the second best side in the world at the moment, behind Barcelona. But for a football team, especially a football team I love, I was season ticket holder for at least 3.5 years, I think it was actually, 3.5 years, and for me to sit there in a bar with my friends who are Manchester United fans and just watch my team play so embarrassingly poorly, it was really hard to take. And I really do hope Alex McLeish learns from the error of his ways, because in my opinion anyway, today he picked quite an abysmal team, because he picked a team that was set up for damage limitation. He played a youngster called Chris Hurd, and I don't expect any of you non-Villa fans to know who he is, but he's quite a promising young half Scottish, half Australian guy. I think he's declared himself for Australia now, but he's a pretty promising right back, and he's good in the air, he's pretty strong, pretty quick, all the things you look for in a Premier League right back. But Alex McLeish decides to play him in central midfield today, and when you're against Manchester United, you can't do that. And it was a team set out to try and defend and cling on to a 0-0, and I really don't like that. So hopefully, although it probably won't happen, hopefully Alex McLeish will get his act together, get us playing some nice attacking football, because we have attacking players. We had Charles Nzogby on the bench again today, and Stephen Ireland, he doesn't get a look in. This was Michael Brighton's first start today as well. McLeish needs to learn pretty sharpish that the Villa fans won't take it, and he's having a lot of trouble winning us over. I'm certainly not won over yet. I was a firm believer in giving him a chance, but now he's not playing the style of football that we want to see there. And the fact is as well, seeing Martin O'Neill, who really had a lot of success with us, whatever negatives you can think of, to see him this weekend be announced as manager of Sunderland, that does suck. And I'm really worried that we're a club in decline, and if we are a club in decline, I want to go declining, fighting all the way. I would much rather try and win a game and get battered 4-0 than to go out with just no thought of victory, just to be sent out by your manager thinking we're going to lose this game, let's try and only lose it 1 or 2-0, move on. That's horrible, and I don't want that to happen again. So hopefully McLeish learns from his errors and finally picks a team to try and win a game, which would be nice. I'm making a complete and utter hash of this build at the moment, because obviously when I use Fraps, my Minecraft world lags ever so slightly, and it's only a teensy little bit of lag. You might be able to spot it, but it's quite annoying. So I am on the lookout for a new video recording software for the PC. Now, I am prepared to pay a little bit of money, but it's the run up to Christmas as well, and it's I've got some family birthdays coming up soon, so I don't want to be paying the earth. I've got much more important things to shop for. But if any of you guys can think of a relatively cheap program that you would recommend to me, I'd be really happy to give that a try, because, and I've forgotten the ladders, I'll go and get them, because I'd prefer not to record with this lag. I mean, it's manageable, it's barely noticeable really, but just the frame rate drop is quite annoying, even on a small graphical setting like I've got it now. So if you've got any ideas, and I know one guy did suggest in the comments a couple of episodes back, but I'm really sorry, I completely and utterly forgot to write it down. So I will have another search in the comments, but if I'm unsuccessful, if you could post that again, I would be thrilled to check it out, and I'd be really appreciative of that. Anyway, let's keep this build going along. Now, as you can see, this is the way I tend to build my buildings. I build them a floor at a time normally, unless I'm planning ahead and I build 3 or 4 floors or whatever. But I don't build all of the structure up first, because you see some people when they build on Minecraft, they will just whack up the structure as fast as possible. Like, all of the stone will go flying up, and I feel personally, if you do that, you lose quite a lot of control over what you're going to do next, because I've forgotten the dirt as well, so you're turning into a mare. But I always find if you just whack a structure up without building the floors or planning about what you're going to do with it or whatever, it can become quite a lot of a mess. So personally, what I would recommend if you are going to build is build a floor at a time, or a couple of floors or whatever, then have a pause and have a look and see what you think, because there's nothing worse than you throwing up a structure, deciding it looks ugly, and then spending absolutely ages tearing it down again. I mean, I'm guilty of this more than most. I built an absolutely horrendous lighthouse on my my first world on my old laptop, and I hated it. It was ugly. It didn't really work as a lighthouse, to be honest. It just was terrible, and it took me twice as long to tear it down because I had to use ladders, and it was just a complete and utter pain. So don't make the same mistake that I did. You know, have a little bit of a think. I mean, you don't have to go in with anything too concrete, but just think like, I want it out stone or clay or whatever, and I want it sort of this style, and plunge in and see how it goes, you know, because I just didn't think at all. I want a lighthouse with lava at the top. Built this massive cobblestone block and then just whacked some lava on the top, and it was awful. So try not to just, you know, dive in with no planning. Just even a few little things, a few little ideas. That's a lot better than just charging in. But anyway, that's enough waffling from me. What I am planning to do now, after I just put these torches up so you can see what we're doing, is build the glass part. Now the glass part of this will be, not put the torch there because it gets stuck on the ladder, the glass part of this will be where I have the lava for the lighthouse. Now as you can see, I only have 21 glass, but what I'm going to do is just get the floor plan roughly down, and hopefully by that stage it will be, you know, clear enough, and I mean just go and I'll quickly get some more sand or whatever, or actually I'll give you a quick tour before I do that, because I have done a couple of changes since you've been here last that you might have spotted on the walk back from the mine, but either way I'll show you them whilst I'm sand hunting. Anyway, like I've said, this is the way I do prefer to build, you know, quite slow, and then once you've done this you can just get the ladder up, nice and simple. It's a lot safer way to build as well, because you're inside most of the time, so there's a lot less chance of falling off. I mean, I've fallen to my fiery death several times on this, so yeah, just don't do what I do. Now what I'm going to do here is, obviously you can't have a wooden floor with lava, and there's probably very little point of, you know, trying that if that's what you're going to do, because it's going to burn the whole thing down. And believe it or not, I did do that before. I had a glass floor only one block above my wooden floor, and then I was busy building in the lighthouse, and I accidentally broke a glass block and the lava dropped out, and it burnt every single floor in my building, and it was about the same height as well. So I mean, the graphical render distance isn't very high at the moment, but you can see just how high up this is. And then imagine having a lava cascading down and burning every floor, and then you having to spend, it was about 2 hours getting all the floors back together again. It wasn't fun. So hopefully I will avoid a cock up like that today, although if the frame rate doesn't improve from 7, well, it's up to 8 now, but oh dear, I've blocked myself in. But yeah, if the frame rate doesn't improve, I'm going to have to be very careful here, because I can see myself getting blocked pretty easily here. Right, don't try and cover up the hatch this time. There we go, put the last ladder down. And now what I normally do here is, this will be the last floor, so I'll build just a little walkway to the centre. And what I normally do here is, actually, can you put ladders on glass? I can't remember. No, you can't. That's a waste. So it'll have to be a central stone pillar. It's going straight up like so with ladders on. And then what I'm going to do is just glass this bit off, so, like so. Okay, this is just going to be a little corridor, so it doesn't have to be too elaborate. But I might actually have a think about this in a bit, just to try and, will I be able to fit through there? Yeah, nice and easy. Put that ladder on before I forget. Nope, not shears, don't shear it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to be extra careful with this one, because far too many times I have burnt things by being a bit too careless with lava, and especially when you've got a lot of buckets. I mean, I've got quite a few there, and there will be plenty more to come. So yeah, I don't want to take any chances with this at all.